Welcome to the Steady Word. This is the Book of Ruth. Let us begin. Ruth chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land. And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons, Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah. And they came into the country of Moab, and continued there. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left with her 2 sons. And they took wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them. And the woman was left without her 2 sons and her husband. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab. For she had heard in the country of Moab how that the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her. And they went on the way to return to the land of Judah. And Naomi said to her 2 daughters-in-law, Go return each to her mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as you have dealt with the dead, and with me. The Lord grant you that you may find rest, each of you, in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice, and wept. And they said to her, Surely we will return with you to your people. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why will you go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go your way. For I am too old to have a husband. If I should say I have hope, if I should have a husband also tonight, and should also bear sons. Would you tarry for them till they were grown? Would you stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieves me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave to her. And she said, Behold, your sister-in-law is gone back to her people and to her gods. Return after your sister-in-law. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave you, or to return from following after you. For where you go, I will go, and where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. Where you die will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if anything but death part you and me. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking to her. So they 2 went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass when they were come to Bethlehem that all the city was moved about them. And they said, Is this Naomi? And she said to them, Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, and the Lord has brought me home again empty. Why then call me Naomi, seeing the Lord has testified against me, and the Almighty has afflicted me? So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, with her, which returned out of the country of Moab. And they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest. Ruth chapter 2. And there was a certain relative of Naomi's husband, a mighty man of wealth of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth, who was from Moab, said to Naomi, Let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said to her, Go, my daughter. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And she happened to come to a part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was of the kindred of Elimelech. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem, and said to the reapers, "The Lord be with you." And they answered him, "The Lord bless you." Then Boaz said to his servant over the reapers, "Whose damsel is this?" And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, "It is Ruth from Moab, the damsel that came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab." And she said, "I pray you let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves." So she came and has continued even from the morning until now, except that she rested a little in the house. Then said Boaz to Ruth, "Do you hear, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Let your eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch you? And when you are athirst, go to the vessels, and drink of that which the young men have drawn." Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground, and said to him, "Why have I found grace in your eyes, that you should take knowledge of me, seeing I am a stranger?" And Boaz answered and said to her, "It has been fully shown me all that you have done to your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and how you have left your father and your mother and the land of your nativity, and are come to a people which you knew not heretofore. The Lord recompense your work, and a full reward be given you of the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings you are come to trust." Then she said, "Let me find favor in your sight, my Lord, for you have comforted me, and you have spoken friendly to your handmaid, though I be not like one of your handmaidens." And Boaz said to her at mealtime, "Come here, and eat of the bread, and dip your morsel in the vinegar." And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed and left. And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, "Let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not, and let fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them, and rebuke her not." So she gleaned in the field until evening, and beat out that she had gleaned. And it was about an ephah of barley. And she took it up, and went into the city. And her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth, and gave to her that she had reserved, after she was sufficed. And her mother-in-law said to her, "Where have you gleaned today? And where did you work? Blessed be he that did take knowledge of you." And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had worked, and said, "The man's name with whom I work today is Boaz." And Naomi said to her daughter-in-law, "Blessed be he of the Lord, who has not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead." And Naomi said to her, "The man is near of kin to us, one of our next kinsmen." And Ruth the Moabitess said, "He said to me also, you shall keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest." And Naomi said to Ruth her daughter-in-law, "It is good, my daughter, that you go out with his maidens, that they meet you not in any other field." So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz to glean to the end of barley harvest and of wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. Ruth chapter 3. Then Naomi her mother-in-law said to her, "My daughter, shall I not seek rest for you, that it may be well with you? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens you were? Behold, he winnows barley tonight in the threshing floor. Wash yourself, and anoint yourself, and put your raiment upon you, and get down to the floor. But make not yourself known to the man, until he has finished eating and drinking. And it shall be when he lies down, that you shall mark the place where he shall lie, and you shall go in and uncover his feet, and lay down, and he will tell you what you shall do. And she said to her, all that you say to me I will do. And she went down to the floor and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn. And she came softly and uncovered his feet and laid down. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was startled and turned himself. And behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said, who are you? And she answered, I am Ruth, your handmaid. Spread therefore your skirt over your handmaid, for you are a near kinsman. And he said, blessed be you of the Lord, my daughter. For you have shown more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as you did not follow young men, whether poor or rich. And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to you all that you require. For all the city of my people knows that you are a virtuous woman. And now it is true that I am your near kinsman. Howbeit there is a kinsman nearer than I. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning, that if he will perform to you the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman's part. But if he will not do the part of a kinsman to you, then I will do the part of a kinsman to you, as the Lord lives. Lie down until the morning. And she lay at his feet until the morning. And she rose up before one could know another. And he said, let it not be known that a woman came into the floor. Also he said, bring the veil that you have upon you, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley, and laid it on her. And she went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, who are you, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said, these 6 measures of barley gave he me. For he said to me, go not empty to your mother-in-law. Then said she, sit still, my daughter, until you know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he has finished the thing this day. Ruth chapter 4. Then Boaz went up to the gate and sat down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spoke came by, to whom he said, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, sit down here. And they sat down. And he said to the kinsman Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, sells a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. And I thought to advertise you, saying, buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people. If you will redeem it, redeem it. But if you will not redeem it, then tell me that I may know. For there is none to redeem it beside you, and I am after you. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, what day you buy the field of the hand of Naomi, you must buy it also of Ruth from Moab, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar my own inheritance. Redeem my right to yourself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in former time in Israel, concerning redeeming and concerning changing. To confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor. And this was a testimony in Israel. Therefore the kinsman said to Boaz, buy it for yourself. So he drew off his shoe, and Boaz said to the elders, and to all the people, you are witnesses this day, that I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's, of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth from Moab, the wife of Mahlon, I have purchased to be my wife to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren and from the gate of his place. You are witnesses this day. And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses. The Lord make the woman that is come into your house like Rachel and like Leah, which two did build the house of Israel. And do you worthily in Ephratah, and be famous in Bethlehem. And let your house be like the house of Pharez, whom Tamar bore to Judah, of the seed which the Lord shall give you of this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went into her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bore a son. And the women said to Naomi, Blessed be the Lord, which has not left you this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be to you a restorer of your life and a nourisher of your old age. For your daughter-in-law, which loves you, which is better to you than 7 sons, has borne him. And Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom and became its nurse. And the women, her neighbors, gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generations of Pharez. Pharez begat Hezron, and Hezron begat Ram, and Ram begat Amminadab, and Amminadab begat Nahshon, and Nahshon begat Salmon, and Salmon begat Boaz, and Boaz begat Obed, and Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David. The end of the book of Ruth.